One. Blocked. Hey guys,
Hey.
it's your girl Millie Mills.
Hey, it's P.
Day.
Sita.
Welcome back to Three Virgos and a Sag. What's good, y'all? How y'all
Nigga,
doing?
we made it.
Right.
It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a while.
We
Y'all
got on
look good.
shorts.
Y'all look
hot.
good.
You too.
Yep, in my white tee. This wasn't planned, by the way.
Right, that's crazy. We all got on white tops.
Looking like 4LW
mad at
out
sync.
here. It's real cute. Yeah, that's
4LW is
definitely we was
crazy.
on the same vibration. You know what I'm saying? And y'all both got skirts on. We got shorts on. Fire. We got Young P in the background, aka Pretty KK. Hey guys, so what's up? What up?
Talk to us. It's been a while.
It has been.
But guess what? This time we've actually been seeing each other in between the last recording.
That's true.
a little
More
bit.
than usual.
A
Had
little
some
bit,
time.
yeah.
We had some time together.
Listen, life be lifing. I don't know if we said that last time, but it's true.
Yeah.
As long as you're alive, life is going to life. So
Absolutely.
that's it. And also want to say thank you to everyone who stayed tuned in. We just got a lot going on at the time, and we're 4 women who have 9-to-5s, jobs, careers. But we back. So anyway,
Yeah.
We here.
So, now that we're either in our 30s or some just approaching, how do y'all feel?
Delusion.
Woo. So I was thinking about this, about adulting and where I'm at as an adult, and
Mhm.
am I in the space where I feel like I should be? So like from a level 1 to 10 of adulting, where would you say that you are right now and why?
I'm gonna say I'm a 7. I should probably be a little. Actually, I'm a. I just have to. I'm probably like a high 6. I just feel like at the age that I'm approaching, it's just I just saw myself so much further, and I like to write things down. And when I was like 13, I had wrote. This is so weird, but I had wrote at 16 what I wanted. 18, 21, 25, and 30. So I did that 5 times. So when I turned 30, that was the only one, like the goals that I didn't hit. And 30 really fucked with me. Like, I was like, damn, I had that from 25 to 30 shit was supposed to be so different. And it wasn't. So I feel like now that I'm in my 30s, I'm trying to like just figure it out. Sometimes I be feeling childish as hell though. Like on a good day, I could be a 4. But
Give us one thing that you feel like.
I was supposed to be on. I was supposed to be married with kids by 30.
Got it.
So that was probably the biggest thing on the list. Like I hit everything. I get tangible. I guess that's tangible too. Financially, I hit everything. Like I had the car I said I would have. I always said like a big body truck, and at that time I had my car I wanted. My bills was where my credit score was good, but like personal things, I wasn't there. And that shit really fucked with me. I was like, damn, I did the 25, I did the 21. And I'm hard on myself sometimes. So it was a
Virgo
lot.
shit, for
Right.
Mhm.
So now I'm trying to like just really put myself in a place where I'm happy. And on the days that I'm not happy, I'm just comfortable, like I'm okay with the way shit is. But so I say I'm a strong 6.
Jim. Passing the baton.
I feel like Day and I always have these preset conversations that always like lends itself to this conversation. But I don't know. I still feel like a kid. No parts of me feel like I'm entering my mid-30s. And I don't know if that's just like who I am naturally, just super playful and childish too. But career-wise, I don't know if I said this to y'all before. I never seen my life past 25. Like I never planned for it. I've never been a planner ever. Like we were just talking about this. That's some sad shit. I'm going with the flow every chance I get. It's because I don't like to feel pressure. But I think career-wise, I've exceeded anything that I probably thought that I would see on my radar. I feel like I've always been pretty driven, but just like adulting for me, like the word that I would use is all about like growth. I've just been growing and like doing things that I probably was like scared to probably try. And so if I had to rate it in adulting, I don't know, I'm probably at like a 5 right now. Just because I still have family who help me. I still have a mom who takes care of me too. Not in a spoiled way, but like if I need her, she's gonna pull up for me.
Mhm.
So also talking about what's the next step in adulting for me? Mid 35, like, am I about to have kids? Am I about to have a husband? What's next, the condo or the crib? Like, I don't know. And that's something I'm trying to map out, not putting too much pressure on myself, but knowing like I am getting older, so I have to make these changes. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I guess like a 5. I'm figuring things out. This is my first time doing this life, so I really don't know what's next. And talking to Day this morning, like she has a roadmap of what she wants, and I was talking about like I need to work on my organization skills. Wow, my organization skills, and I think that once I start tuning in with myself on like what's next for me, I will feel a little more confident in where I'm going. If that makes
I
sense.
like that.
Yeah, just a lot of self-reflecting,
Oh, yeah.
honestly.
Yeah, go ahead.
um, Contrary to what you've been through, I've been on my own for so damn long. Like, I feel like I would probably give myself like a high 8. I think the ups and downs mostly for me be mentally.
Hmm.
You know what I mean? Just sometimes getting tired, feeling overwhelmed. But I pretty much know how to handle a lot of tough situations. So those are not like the big effects of what I go through on a day to day. As far as adulting, like I feel like I got it handled. Financially, I'm still working on that part. I'm gonna get better. Feel like it's always up and down. We'll pay off the credit cards and then use them.
Yeah.
But other than that, that's it. Like parenting is a big part of that for me. Just making sure I'm doing what I got to do to set my daughter up and make sure she have everything she needs for her future.
Yeah, I agree with P because same thing. I've been taking care of myself for a very very long time. Um, I think I would say I probably jump between a 7 and 8 depending on what I'm going through.
Mm.
Because sometimes I let my anxiety like overwhelm me, and I was just telling Jam this in the car with like my finances. I let some things like just I didn't even want to look at it. I was like, fuck this. I'm not, oh, sorry. I was like, F this.
Police.
And I didn't want to like be bothered. And I just like tried to like push it to the side and it made things worse. So I literally had to like put my big girl panties on and get my ish together. And with that being said, I feel like that getting myself organized put me back at an 8. But there are some days where like I just don't want to be bothered. So I'll give myself a 7 on those days.
I could
But
fully connect with that.
but I feel like for the
That was
most part I'm
nice.
responsible, and I think like P said, being a mom does take
To another
yeah,
level,
yeah.
for sure.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Because you have no choice. But
Yeah.
well, for some people just don't care, but
We don't have a choice.
but I care, so I don't have a choice. I
Right.
have to, no matter what. If I'm sick, if I'm not mentally feeling like myself, whatever, like I still have to get up and be a mom. So I'm always gonna be I feel like on the higher side because of that. But I'm just everybody goes through their struggles with adulthood. Adulting is hard. Nobody told us like what it would be like, and also like we ain't asked for this. Like
I tell my mother that all the time.
It's a lot.
Like, so y'all wanted to have sex, and now I got to be here for
exactly.
Listen, we thank you every
Yes.
day for life.
Yes.
And
But
let's
still.
not forget.
No. I think with navigating adulthood, it really made me think about the things that I can do to set my daughter up so that adulting won't be as hard for her that it was than it was for me, that it is for me now. And we were talking about that with like, helping her build her credit before she's 18. Just certain things to help her navigate like life a little easier, because adulting is hard. Like just for anybody, like it's whatever it could be. It could be finances, it could be relationships. And as you grow and you change, you're just navigating different things and you changing as a person.
Yep.
So everything is, a learning experience. So that's what I would say about it.
I like that. Something I was thinking though, like, you see how we want to because we had it so hard or we had to go through what we went through, we want to make it easier for our kids. One thing that I try to make sure I'm not doing as much though is like taking that away from her. Like I want her to learn critical thinking skills and being able to handle tough situations, because I really, growing up, you don't recognize it, but I love who I am. I love my strength. I love that I can almost get myself through any tough situation. And I probably wouldn't have had that if I didn't go through
what you went through.
those tough times at a younger age.
I definitely feel that.
There's magic in the productive struggle.
A part of parenting is making sure they learn that.
Yeah, for sure. Like, it builds character.
Yeah. For sure. Non-moms.
Y'all
learning, baby.
Right.
Have you ever had my god kids, right?
The adult thing is to be a parent.
It's to be a parent.
It is.
I say that all the time. A present, like active parent. Like I tell y'all all the time, like I'm surrounded by like so many good mothers, so many good fathers. Yeah. So it's like a great blueprint if I decide to like go that route. But that I'll be looking at that shit like, this is 24/7. That's crazy. Y'all know me. I be over things like this. That's something you gotta. That's just insane.
And those are conversations I started to have with KK. I know Dawn is a lot younger, but I let her know I am not all the way there, and I still got to get up and do what I have to do so you don't feel that it doesn't impact you, and it's not the easiest thing to do. So she's gonna learn to give me grace.
Right?
Yeah,
we are not perfect out here.
Even Day talking about going to orientations for kindergarten. I'm like, bro, that parent thing is a whole nother level. God bless y'all.
Right. Blessings though.
It's different. It's different.
So different.
It's fun though.
No, I bet it is fun for sure. Especially if you have like I was gonna say like a community for sure. Yeah. But you learn to love it anyway, even through the struggles.
Right.
Absolutely.
Good job, real adults.
Real adults with your 5 and 6s.
Right.
That's fine.
No, I said I'm a 7. Low 7.
I think this year though, I'm definitely going to kick it up a notch, and then I'll feel more like an adult. I don't feel like an adult.
What else do you feel like you need to do?
What do you mean you don't feel like an adult?
I want to pay a few things off. I was just telling Day, like, I want something that's mine. Like, I want to be like,
you don't own anything.
Right. Not even, I want to.
Yeah, like, what makes you not feel like an adult?
I just want something that's mine as far as the next big steps. Like,
I feel like because she got so much support. Like she said, your mom still help you a lot, but
right.
That's a blessing, bro.
It is really a blessing. Is. So, like, I'm never going to take that for granted. Yeah. I guess, because also while you guys were talking, I'm like, adulting is different for everybody.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, just thinking about my friend circle, like, you guys really do a lot of things. But then I'm here and I'm just like, well, I don't have children to take care of. Like, I'm my own priority. And I think that I've made so much growth in my adulthood, but I think that, like, there's a clear difference between, like, I'm trying to figure out what I'm trying to say. Like, it makes sense to me in my head, but I think that when I hit a different level, then I'll feel like, I did that. You know?
Okay. I feel like an adult without a child. I mean, y'all adults in this obviously different. But I be like, this shit is crazy. Like, it's just shit I have to do. And I have support too. Yeah. But it's like you said, it's different for everybody.
But I'm still gonna give myself credit. I'll definitely be working my ass off for sure.
Busting your ass. That AP position, we locking it in. Shh. We can cut that
out. So I know we were talking about, like adulthood and all the things that comes with it. I'm trying to figure out how to get into the question about
a segue.
Bragging.
Well, growing and changing, like, as we adult, we're growing, we're changing. And like, what do you feel like has, changed for you, or what do you feel differently about, like, as far as your personality, your characteristics, how you go about things, maybe how you see yourself from then and now?
Okay.
That's deep. All right.
I guess when I started paying bills, like, I don't know. I feel like I started paying bills just mad early in life. And that's a big thing for me. Like, I always think back on that, like, because I was always in school. So I just feel like, and maybe that's just like a household thing. Like, once you turn 18 in a Caribbean household, you got to contribute. You got to pay something. And I just feel like I became an adult then, because also with my personality, once I'm paying something, you can't really tell me too much. Like, ain't too much you can tell me. So once I had a bill in my name, I was just like, oh, okay, I'm paying bills around here. I'm a big boss in this motherfucker too. Like,
give me some water.
Oh,
you messed up my joke.
Come here.
I used to telling Marva, like, give me some water.
Oh, yeah, no, couldn't tell Marva that. She really liked that.
Smacked you.
But I just feel like that's when I became an adult, when I started paying bills, when I started helping out. It was just like, all right, I'm an equal contributor here. So I'll be treated as an adult. Obviously not disrespectful or disrespecting your parents, but that's when I became an adult. Like when I started paying bills. I feel like at 18, I was already paying a light bill, a phone. I was paying bills, like 3 bills at 18.
Can I imagine, bro?
You know, so
she's
right.
Part of my phone bill.
A part.
So I was part of your phone, but that's like lessons, huh? You was paying rent at that age, like so.
Bro, my first time paying rent is when I moved out my mom's crib. That was my first time, and that shit devastated me. Yeah, I said, "What is this? What is this? What do you mean I gotta pay this or I don't have a house?" You know what I'm saying? Like, so that was probably a part of my life where I felt like I'm really doing this grown up thing. Like, this is grown. I'm a grown ass woman.
That's something you never had to schedule in. Like,
nah, never.
Right. Yeah. Crazy.
What about you?
Love that. Well, but I just want to, because I maybe framed the question like not how I wanted to. Yeah. But P and I and Sita was having a conversation about some characteristics and like, you know, talking about ourselves and trying to think about if someone asked us, okay, name 3, you know, describe yourself in 3 words. And it was difficult for me. And so we were having a debate about the word humble. And so P, like, do you want to like go into that?
That's mad funny because this conversation trickled to like so many other conversations. But I guess so Sade identified with being a humble person, and that was one of the 3 words that she chose. What was the question exactly? Like,
it was
what
3 words to 3 words you would use to describe yourself. Yeah.
Right.
Well, I thought it was how somebody would describe you.
No, it was describing yourself. Yeah, because that's why that kind of sparked that conversation. Yeah. So, and one of her words was humble. And so I'm trying to figure out, like, you know, is that something like positive that or negative, which then turned into me, because I have my own opinion on humble. I don't think that it's a good word. Obviously, it's usually used to kind of belittle people or to kind of like, you know, stay right there. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I don't like that. But I learned also through our conversation that you can identify and recognize that you're naturally a humble being and that not being as negative versus someone telling you to humble yourself. Yeah. So that was something that I did pick up through that conversation. But yeah, basically that's what it was. Sade identify with being humble. I'm like, I don't like that. Fuck being humble. You define humble as to have a low estimate of one's own ability, right? Also modest. But modest kind of correlates to that too, in a sense. Agree. It just doesn't have like the same negative connotation that humble does. But I'm like, fuck that. Like, why should anybody want to be humble? And so that kind of sparked that conversation. And then
so when P and I went out to eat, and to see you too, and I was trying to figure out, I'm so sorry. A person is modest when they do not boast or brag, and when they tend to downplay their own abilities. So a modest person does not boast, brag, but they also tend to downplay their own abilities. When one is humble, they have a low view of their own abilities. They will always view themselves as weak in that area, even if they are not. So the prime difference is that when you're a modest person, you downplay your abilities, but when you're humble, you have like a low view of it. Not that you downplay it, but you actually think that you're not good in that thing. So whereas with a modest person, you know you're good at it, but you like chill.
We a little shy.
Let me clear the air, because there's nothing like about me that's downplaying myself. Right. Like so as humble as I am, I'm gonna talk my shit right now, because I am the shit. Like, I just don't talk about it. I feel like I've never been a braggadocious person. I'm very self-effacing. I let my actions speak for myself. Like, I feel as though I know these things. I don't have to say it. And honestly, people around me know it. I feel like the compliments that I get or receive, I know for a fact who I am, like, And just knowing myself, like I just feel like I never talk about, I'm not the kind of person to talk about myself or to big myself up. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with bigging yourself up or talking about yourself or talking your shit. That's just not my character. Like I'm more of I'm behind the scenes and I'm gonna just show you, who I am through better than I tell you.
Right.
And also, like, not to say that everybody's like this, but I find it that a lot of people that are like braggadocious or like I'm the shit or I'm the baddest bitch, they usually are the lowest they're the people with the lowest self-esteem, and they're trying to prove it to you and themselves that there's something greater than they think that they really are. And that's just not me. Like I'm chill, like I'm relaxed. If we, even as like a group, if we're hanging out, I'm usually not the loudest, or unless I drink or
Puerto Rico came to my mind.
Yeah, like unless I drink or whatever, I'm a different vibe. But I'm usually like the most chill, like quiet. That's just my nature. Like that's who I am, and so that's why that word humble came to me, because I feel as though like I'm just a humble person, but I think there could be a negative connotation tied to it if somebody's saying humble yourself. But nobody ain't gonna tell me humble myself. Like nobody.
But
has
that was
never
the whole
told
thing
me
for me.
humble myself.
That's why when I ask you more questions, it's not like I was trying to like don't be humble. I asked you, why do you identify with that, and then you said what you said just now, like you don't brag, whatever, and I'm like, okay, well then there's other vocabulary words that you probably will better identify with than saying that you're humble.
Is it just because you don't like
it's the definition of humble?
So I'm very self-effacing.
No, first of all, I said, and that's why I was just like, I think we all can relate to that. Me, you see, I'm gonna go ahead and say, I think this is kind of like a Virgo trait. Like we're not like that. Like we're very reserved for the most part. Like I don't really like attention. If I walk into a room, everybody, I'm probably gonna be like we don't like that.
Yeah.
We all can kind of identify with that and connect with that. But again, I was just like, you're not braggadocious, right? You don't, you're not boastful. Cool. Those are traits, I guess, of humble. But I was just saying it'd probably be a better word that you could connect with than calling yourself humble. That was all. What do you think?
I think that we're taught humility is like one of the best character traits you can have, because people don't like someone who's always bragging. But at what point is it okay to brag? Like, especially if you're someone who's like really doing things and you're like prospering and, like you said, P, like fighting those battles alone and winning them and getting through shit. Like, I think that it depends on the people that you're around and the people that you welcome in your circle, because it's very easy, even if you're just like really proud of yourself and happy about something, it could come off as being boastful around the wrong people.
Absolutely. And that's their business.
Right. Exactly.
They hate it.
Yeah, for sure. Because like even recently I have some things going on and I don't feel like I always say that I'm proud of myself, but I was very, very happy. And I let them know, like, I'm really happy right now. It's rare when you can actually express that out loud. But then I'm like, I have people around me that actually care about my well-being. So like, it's okay for me to brag and like shout myself out because they believe in me too. You know what I'm saying?
And that's how we are too. I'll send it to you before I put it on social media because I know it's genuine.
Not seeing it.
You know what I'm saying? I had a similar moment with
just
Cedar.
Said that when we went out to eat. Yeah,
I sent her one of my braided styles. I'm like, I'm really proud of myself now. Like, I'm the type, we super OD critique ourselves. Like, I'll be looking, no, a little crooked, no, it's not a line, no. I'm like, no, I could really say, like, no, I'm proud of me. Like, I like where I'm at right now. And it's only getting greater. So
and some people have a hard time like shouting themselves out.
Yeah, like
probably getting shut down or feeling like the people around them won't be happy.
Exactly. And like you said, you gotta watch who's around you because I'd be mad excited to tell, the people around me, like, the good things happening in my life. Because I know the reaction I'm going to get. But I've never felt like a need to want to, like, post that. Because I'm like, I have mad people in my corner. Like, this, I want to share it with the people who know. They really know what it took for me to get there or what I was going through or how hard I was trying. So it's exciting because I'm like, I want y'all to be happy, too. Because I know it's going to genuinely make y'all happy. You'll post that shit for some people. They'll be like, look at this bragging. Fuck out of here. Like,
out of here.
Like, they're miserable and they don't got anything going on with their life.
I don't even want to give that energy. That's why I just be like, that shit don't be for everybody.
But also that's why you wait too until that thing comes into fruition.
I'm big on that.
And then if you want to post it, great, because the important people know, so it's lit.
What do you mean?
She's saying,
till you accomplish.
Yeah,
whatever.
wait, you
to tell
accomplish.
people.
Yeah, because like
Got you.
sometimes people, you be so excited about the thing that you're hoping to come that you just start, like, people tend to post about it, or like you about to open a business, but it's not officially open yet. But you're talking about it so much, you know what I'm saying? But like, I think it's okay. It's okay to do whatever you want, honestly. But in this conversation, just thinking about, it's okay to do and like post about it and talk about it once you have achieved that thing. You see what I'm saying?
Not
Yeah.
really. I'll
It's
still
whatever.
I get what she's saying, only because I'm that way. Like, I believe in energy, bad energy. Like, I don't put stuff out there until I accomplish it. Because I don't even want to give anybody the satisfaction to be like, well, she said she was doing this and it ain't happening. Like, so
I feel you.
That's not even somebody. If I feel like that, that's not even somebody I would tell when I accomplish it.
No, I'm talking about like social media, like and I feel like there's certain things you have to post on social media. Like, if you starting a business, like, you definitely have to, market and things like that. But I would wait until things are, solidified to be able to be like, it's actually, it's here, it's book me. You know what I'm saying? Like,
got it.
Versus like it's happening, because
I'm more of that person too. Yeah.
I get that.
Connect with that. So we feel the same way about modest as well.
Because modest says that
you know you good at something, you just downplay it.
No, but it was another part to it too. What was
it? Was the humble. Oh, hold on. It says, I was looking at something else. Hold on.
My bad.
God damn it.
You missed it.
I lost it.
I mean, I do feel it was interchanging when I heard humble, and then when I heard
from what she just read.
Like
it's all correlated.
Yeah, it's correlated. I definitely felt like that, but I also do understand where it's like, I don't use that word, but it has a negative. And until y'all read the definition to me, I didn't see it being a negative thing.
What was the other word you just used?
Self-effacing.
Right. That's a better one.
There we go.
We could say we're reserved. That kind of also correlates to not being boastful.
Like a simple term, it says a humble person is aware of people who are better than them. This is another way that it's put. While a modest person denies the extent of their value. So I can't find the one that I just found.
I feel like words sometimes mean different things, and I feel like it's sometimes it's about interpretation, because, like you said, or how someone says something. Because if I'm saying I'm humble, I don't really see that as a negative thing versus somebody saying humble yourself. Like, that's somebody trying to put you in your place or check you.
The difference that I'm seeing between modest and humble, like the main thing that I'm picking up from this definition is, when you are modest, you know that you're the shit, but you don't brag on it. And you mostly be like, nah, like, I'm cool.
You kind of shy away from it a little.
Whereas a humble person, you actually view yourself in a low light. So I understand why P is like, don't say humble, because do you view yourself in a low light? You said, nah, you don't. Right. And I think that words do mean things. So to me, I see the clear difference in being modest versus humble. Humble, you like, I don't really know if I'm really that good. I don't think that I am. Modest is, I know I'm good, but I'm not going to brag about it. I'm just going to stay quiet about it. My example is, I went to a spot, right? I went to a friend of mine's. He had a party. We graduated high school together. As soon as I walked in, yo, J Mills, yo, you was the shit. Yeah, you had high school on lock. I knew this, but I'm not. It felt so awkward for me to be like, yeah, shit was lit, had it on lock. I was like, thanks, Ray. Please stop. I don't want that on me. It feels like too much. And then that's also how you welcome evil eye, and people be jealous and envious of you just based off who you are as a person. So I think that what?
So wait, in that story that you just told, you felt like what? That you were.
No, that's an example of me being modest. Like, I'm not denying that I wasn't, like, shit wasn't lit in high school, for sure. But I'm not in there, like, bigging up, like, yeah, you already know the vibes. I was more or less like, I don't really want to talk about that right now. Like, I don't want people all in my, like, that's just not something I want to talk about. Versus humble, somebody would be like, no, I wasn't. Like, da-da-da-da. Like, downplaying themselves is basically what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, I'm not going to downplay myself. I think for me, I tie in, like, being humble to being human. And we're not God, and we're not perfect. And I think that for me, at least, my way of like growing always is self-reflecting.
Yeah.
And always looking to learn and figure out new things versus thinking I know everything. I just that's just me. It's just who I am. Like I just feel like I get where you guys are coming from and I honestly understand it. And
it just feels like it's a thin line between the two.
Yeah, because
really.
I don't think humble. I think when somebody tells you to humble, like what you guys are saying, somebody tells you to humble yourself, but if you call yourself humble, I don't know. The definition obviously threw me for a loop.
Yeah, for sure.
But I don't know. And maybe it's just always what I thought it was. It's just like you're a humble person. I tied in humble and modest.
Humility messed up. I thought that meant something else. Because somebody, when I talked to somebody else about the humble conversation, they tied in humility. And I'm like, oh, I had a different definition of humility in my head. So I think, we all kind of misunderstand things at some point.
Y'all ever heard somebody say, I was trying to lift it, like, you're a modest woman?
Yeah.
Okay, so when people say you're a
That's
modest...
not a bad thing. There's no negative connotation to that for the most part.
Wait, when people say you're a modest woman, what do you think that means?
Just means like the way you carry yourself is just real, mature, maybe classy. That's what I would
and I don't
interpret.
Think of anyone like, I don't associate downplaying yourself as a modest woman.
See, but what I'm saying is if I would hear somebody say, oh, you're a modest woman, I would think that's
basic,
similar to someone saying, oh, you're very humble, base. I just tied in humble and modest together because
that's fair though.
People say, oh,
it's the
she's
same shit, damn near.
Yeah, and it's
I don't agree with that.
See, it's very similar. And then when I looked up modest, it says people who, women who dress and behave downplay how they dress and behave because they are aware that other people may view them in a sexual way. They do not want the attention. And I feel like that's similar to being humble.
Nah. Oh, okay.
Similar to being humble from what I viewed it as. When you're humble, it's
I would probably identify with modest as before humble
because
for sure.
Modest, you're not downplaying yourself. You're not downplaying.
That's like me going to work. If I wear leggings, I make sure I wear oversized t-shirt or sweater because I don't want you looking at
like.
Yeah, I don't want that attention.
Yeah, I don't know. So then we're self-effacing. Because self-effacing is
and that's all. Not
claiming attention for oneself. Being gracious. Wait, hold on.
And reserved. I thought reserved was a good way.
Yeah, reserved. I think reserved is probably the best.
A better way.
Because it really says a modest woman or person puts the needs of others ahead of his or her. That doesn't mean forcing yourself. It simply means being way too considerate or feeling like you have to help others or look a certain way.
I think it depends on the context that we're using the words, honestly. Because words can mean modest is deeper.
Things. Like modest is a little
deep, right? So that's
but humble,
like,
I don't know. When I hear that word, it's just get the fuck out of here.
Yeah,
fuck a humble.
I get that.
You don't gotta be.
When someone tells you to humble yourself,
right.
Yeah. But if I don't know, it's so.
I still wouldn't want like if anybody came to me and my first thing is I'm gonna define it the way it is, right? Because that's already what's in my brain conditioned there. I'm gonna think, oh, you have a low estimate. Why? You know what I mean? But like with Day, I don't think that she had that. That's what made me ask you, why do you identify with it? And then you started saying boastful, whatever. I'm like, all right, you can find a better word. Like, we know you the shit, but it was just the word. And like Jam said, I'm kind of big on vocabulary and words.
Yeah, right. But also knowing that words do have so many different meanings. Like
it does.
So that's why I feel like.
Yeah, it's how it's interpreted.
I don't feel like humble is that much differently interpreted. Modest probably have more interpretation.
Right, but
yeah, okay.
Yeah, I was gonna say they're all intertwined because self-effacing says modest as well.
Yeah,
it's like
it's just interchangeable. Like you said, it's probably interchangeable because I don't know. I wouldn't have thought.
I'm thinking about the Kendrick song "Be Humble," and I'm gonna search the lyrics and see what he's saying in that song because I don't know. I feel like
sit down,
be humble, right? Like, is he talking about? Is he talking about someone who's viewing themselves higher than they actually are? Like, I don't know. And is that person being?
Is
cocky?
that a real thing?
What
to view yourself? Well, I guess.
Yeah. So
somebody say to view yourself as higher than you are.
But it's a superficial idea of who you actually are.
Superficial is one thing, but do you think it's wrong to think you're the best, even if you may not be the best?
What do you think about that? Like
a rapper thinking that. So.
But I think it's a difference when you're pushing that belief on somebody. I think like it's okay to have that belief to yourself and be like, I'm this, I'm that. But then when you like outwardly trying to like convince other people, then what is that then? Because I've been the balloon popping shit got me in the chokehold right now. I haven't been watching it, but I watch a guy that does the reaction videos to it. So I watch his reactions, and it was a doctor on there, and he was the girls popped their balloon on him because they were calling him arrogant. And he was like, well, babe, I'm just very confident in myself.
I love a
and he was like, and the fact that I know who I am is just like triggering you because you feel like I'm super confident in myself and I'm making you uncomfortable. But she was like, no, there's a difference between confidence and just being super arrogant. Like you have this fluffed up idea of who you are when you really not that. And it could be
how do you get
right. So that was the discussion. That's what the guy was saying.
I thought it was corny.
That one, and he was corny
as hell. We could give him corny. But I'm not about to tell you to not think you the shit.
Yeah, like you can't say, oh,
I think it was how he was talking to them.
It was very condescending.
Yeah, he was very condescending. Like,
so then pop it because of that. You can't pop my balloon because you're saying, say you're condescending.
But one of the girls said that. She walked away and was like, well, she popped her balloon and was like, I don't think I will be enough for you. And that's crazy to think that. I said, she said that shit on TV.
I would never, ever say some shit like that. But yeah, you gotta pop it for what it is. Pop his balloon for what it is. Because he's being condescending, he's corny. But you can't, if he confident, like, I don't know.
I just like if you know somebody in real time, but they carry themselves a certain way, but you know them in real time. Are we still gonna say like they're just being confident? But if you know them and they really ain't about shit that they actually are saying,
but
then they're a liar.
They're delusional.
They're delusional. Or can we say what you're saying, boom? Like, how you gonna tell somebody that they're not confident, even though you know them? That's their own self-view.
That's
that's delusional. I think because you're saying we know, they don't know each other. I'm just walking up. You said he's a doctor. He's confident. He's just walking up. You don't know me. You're saying somebody that we know. Yes, you're delusional at that point.
Okay, that's true.
But that's different. Like he's just walking into an environment or a situation where he feeling himself.
Yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah, you're not feeling me. Pop that
so
shit.
You're asking, like, is it okay to be confident even if it's not a fact? Like, or even if, like, you don't have whatever going on to make you feel confident?
No, because I think you could fake it till you make it. I think that you can still be confident even if you don't have those things. What I'm saying is it still being confident if you have this inflated perception of yourself?
No, because that's delusional.
Right, because that's also like how you define narcissism as well.
If you are a runner, right, and you always losing your races, how you want to say you're the fastest runner? You're not. You're delusional. So I think that
that's based on data for sure.
Yeah. But
can you talking about
what?
But can you about somebody gonna tell somebody that
I'm the fastest one in this room?
You so they're wrong for being confident. So they're still wrong for being confident despite the races that they lost.
I don't think anybody's ever wrong for being confident.
No, I'm like, this is tough.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay,
I don't. Whether I know you or not, whether I agree with it, but everything you guys are saying, that's based on facts. He wasn't the fastest runner, but he might be the fastest runner somewhere else. So it's weird.
You losing all your races. He still could be fast though.
Or you could still lose all your races and feel like you're faster than them, but you just didn't win. Sometimes it be like that. You had a bad, right? So much. I don't think you could tell. You could say, look at somebody and be like, they too confident, or I know you in real life. Fuck you so confident for, like, what? I don't think you could. Yeah, I don't think.
I think if you lying, you lying. If you're a fraud, you're a fraud.
Yeah,
that's one thing. But
keep
stomping on nobody confident.
Believe in yourself.
Shit, no.
Do you believe in yourself at a default? Do you believe in yourself at a fault? I meant
yes, because if you so confident, right, and you really ain't shit. How are you ever going to better yourself or level up if you already feel like you are the shit best. And you really not?
You're not giving yourself room for growth.
Yes, like manifesting like faith without works is dead. If you ain't doing the work, then it's he keep running, he keep losing the race.
Okay, that's one day
but
he
still lost. He gotta tell himself he's the fastest. Shit.
I just
one day
he don't know. I'm not trying to stop. I
think it's important to have self-confidence because no matter you could be the most gorgeous person in the world, the most intelligent, whatever the case may be. If you don't believe that, it doesn't matter. People could tell you, oh, you're so pretty, you're so beautiful, whatever. If you don't believe it, then none of that matters. That has to come from you first. But I do believe that there's a difference between confidence, or let me say cocky, and being delusional. Like you cocky and delusional versus being confident. Like I think you have to.
Let's start.
They say you gotta be delusional in order to succeed.
Arrogant.
They say you gotta be delusional in order to succeed because the shit only makes sense to you. So I see that a lot. Like, in order to succeed, you have to be delusional because you really gotta like think over the top, and you really gotta be overly confident in order to stay the course and stay focused on whatever it is that you want. And I think that you can't really fault someone for that. I just wanted to know, like, is it still considered confident if you have this overly fluffed idea or perception of who you are in real life?
Yeah.
What I was going on?
I'm gonna say it's delusional.
That's fair.
Yes. Yeah. Whether I agree with it or not,
do what you gotta do.
Do what you do to wake up every day.
I don't like it. Like somebody like that, I don't want them around me.
All right, give us a clear.
Somebody like what? Yeah.
What she just said, like if you're being like boastful about shit that's not really like a fact.
Well, no, that's different.
But she just said fluffing, overly fluffing, like certain things, like
perception of who you are as a person.
Of who you are,
though.
Not like of the things you got.
So,
going
but are you
on.
saying it though?
Think it's
to
over
me,
fluffed, but that person.
Are you saying it to me, and I know you?
Probably displaying.
Yeah, I don't want you
character,
around me.
Probably saying it like, and in any way that they show it. I don't know.
I don't like that. It's
I mean, I could see, like, if I guess what you're saying is, let's say you have a friend, and you know she's telling you like, "Oh, I'm trying to buy this house. I need 30 more," and then she like on social media, like, "Yeah, this is my second crib." That's different though. That's not being confident. That's just being a liar. But I just feel like if I believe in myself and I'm like, "Yo, I'm gonna get this house in 2 years," and even if it takes 5, even if it takes 7, that's how
I'm not disagreeing with that. I do believe in manifestation. I manifest every day, and I literally have my daughter manifest before she goes to bed. She says certain words to herself before she goes to bed every day. But I don't think that it's just about manifestation. You have to put in the work. And if you're just about talking, it's
in myself ain't enough,
it's not enough.
I think about like, I'm always seeing people say things like, I don't know, like women like calling themselves the baddest bitch, right? Okay. Or like always writing these weird captions that's like me versus like the girls out there, whatever. And I feel like, is that confidence or is that like this blown out of proportion perception of yourself? Like, I always got haters. Like, these bitches be haters. So is that like you really believing that you got haters because of like how you look or what you're doing? Or is that like this big-headed idea of who you are as a person?
Social media is not
I need another side.
It's not.
I don't think that's either. But I know what you was talking about. Remember, we used to have these conversations about people like that. I don't understand what that's about.
And it's people that
really
think
people trying to convince themselves
that they are whatever it is.
Yeah, that's giving delusion to me. Like
I have
really
people
be like
on my timeline that's like, oh, haters. And I'm like, girl, what are you doing in life that you got so many haters right now? So, because it sounds like you the problem at this point. But also, why are we bragging about having haters? And do you really feel that way? Like you that much of this being that you have these haters? And is that confidence, or is that just like some out of proportion shit that you got going on to like help you get through your day?
Delulu.
I don't know what the title that is.
That gives, but I don't.
The fact that you even could give, even if you have haters, like this is what you give your energy to every day.
Right.
But you know what? Maybe that's motivating for some.
Right. But how? And what do we call that? That's confidence?
Nah, we got to find another term.
I don't think that's confidence either. I think that's
something else.
Social media is a whole different term of its own. Like that's just some social media shit, and that's just what that is because you go on there.
But people believe that in real life too, though.
Yeah, that's sad.
So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, out of pocket.
It must be motivating for them.
Yeah,
if if I had to guess.
But or maybe it's confidence.
That drives some people.
Yeah, maybe it's
is,
driving their confidence.
If that's your drive.
Yeah, but right. Maybe that's what they manifest. The haters that they talk about on their social media.
People go hard just to have that negative attention.
Right, and that's just true. Something.
Like for them, attention is anything.
Is what it is.
I mean, I like how I live my life. So
me too.
I give 2 shits about what anybody thinks as well. And if you call yourself humble, it's probably in the context that you're using it.
That's a part of my growth. I love that I don't give a fuck about nobody's opinion. It's so peaceful here.
Mm-hmm. It is. So, Day, would you still stick by the word of using the word humble to describe yourself?
So, don't be a stubborn Virgo. She's such a Virgo.
Oh, no, I was gonna say that exercise with describing yourself is just difficult for me.
Yeah. No.
And I
struggle with it as well.
Yeah, and I feel as though it's because I don't talk about myself. And it's not that I don't like have the confidence or don't know, I'm someone that really like I'm not where I want to be, but I really made it out the mud. Mm-hmm. Like I have come through some hard fucking times. So I know the power that I have within me. Mm-hmm. So I would say like if I were to sit down and think about 3 words that describe me, I wouldn't use that word, but I'm not going to say that I'm not humble.
Okay.
Like in general, I'm not gonna say that I'm not humble, but I wouldn't use that word to be my 3. Yeah, to be my 3.
Right.
Okay,
understood.
We made some progress.
Yeah.
I'll take that.
Take what you got.
I definitely take that.
I agree with that, Day. So before we go, speaking on 3 words being hard to describe yourself, does anyone have one word if they had to say like? Somebody asked you today, what's one word you would use to describe yourself? What would be your one word?
I'll go first because I just said I've been through a lot of stuff, so I'm going to say resilient.
Okay.
Love that. One word that my best friend gave me, multifaceted.
I gave her that, y'all.
And I love that. And I definitely agree with that because I feel like you're a jack of all trades.
Of all trades.
That's my shit.
Yes, it's tough.
See?
I'm still thinking. I asked the question and by myself, Tom.
I don't know. I have a few words rumbling around in my head, but the first one, I guess I would say like I'm compassionate.
I could give you that.
Damn, y'all did good.
Let's go, baby.
I don't know. I'm just gonna say strong for right now.
There you go.
Yeah,
that you are.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys. So those are the words we will use to describe ourselves right now. I think that's one of the hardest things to do
because it changes.
Yeah, for sure. And thinking about like interviews, right? They always ask you, "How would you describe yourself?" That's something I have to continue to practice with because I don't know 3 words I would use to describe me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But viewers, we want you to think about this, right? How do you view yourself? And the way you view yourself, does it have anything to do with how other people view you? And if you had to choose 3 words to describe yourself, what would it be? Drop that below in the comment section.
And if you can't think of 3 because
it's hard.
It's hard. It's actually harder than you think it is.
Yeah.
What would you?
Because you
what
sum
one
yourself
word?
up.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. And I know I identify with so much.
That's why I hate like getting to know people. Like at the beginning stage of getting to know people, and they be like, "Tell me about yourself." I hate that.
So
I
many
want to
layers,
tell you about
girl.
myself.
And you know
It's gonna take you 15
I'm gonna be like,
years.
tell me about yourself today.
Real.
I'm also thinking too, though, like sometimes when people ask you to describe yourself, we tend to overthink it because we're probably like, well, will that person actually agree with how I'm describing myself right now? And so sometimes that could like shift how you would view yourself in that moment. But I think that has a lot to do
That's
with.
not my issue. I think it's just
Yeah,
hard for me.
Yeah,
to
I
talk
think about
myself.
sometimes I think about that, but also
Especially you
confidence.
just met this person. Fuck, you gonna tell me?
No, not even just me, just in general. In general. Because we've had those kind of conversations before where like I'll describe myself. You're like, really? You think that's what you are? And I'm like,
but I
think
think
so,
she
yeah.
meeting new people. So I'm like,
Oh yeah,
somebody new can't tell me about myself.
I don't like that.
But
Tell me
yeah.
about yourself.
Right.
Alrighty.
It's not the easiest question to answer.
Yeah, it's not. But thank you for tuning in. 3 Virgos and a Sag. Love y'all.
See you next
Summer's here. It's hot. We outside.
I need friends.
What? Wait, what?
Bye.